Alright. Yes, I think so. Okay, so on the back of your rhombus note should be square. Square is my favorite. Because if you're finding an angle, there's only two options in a square. And it's always the same thing. Always, always, always. Alright, so let's start on the back of our note taker. Tariq, do I need to take that? Okay, so are we on the back of our notes? Everybody see square? Alright, so in a square, are all the sides the same? Yes. Okay. Another property of a square is that all of the angles are 90 degrees. Okay, then draw your diagonals. Okay, so we have all the sides are the same. All the angles are 90. Good news. We're back to all of these being the same. And the last thing, because a square has all the characteristics of a rectangle and a rhombus. Well, which characteristic does a rhombus have that we haven't implemented yet? What? The 90s. Yep, so all these are 90. So here's what I was saying earlier. Square is my favorite because when you're finding angles, there's two choices only. Your answer is either going to be 90 or 45. That's it. So if it's this angle, it's going to be 90, right? But all of these baby angles are 45. 45, all of them, all of these are 45. All the baby ones.
So if we're in a hurry, trying to get a test done, how much time do we just randomly write?
I mean, I would make sure to read the question and know if it's asking for 45 or 90, because it could say, what's this angle? And that would be 90.
Wait, so they're not 90, they're 45 now?
Well, this one's 45 and this one's 45, but together they make 90. Hey, while we're doing this, I don't know what I just pressed. Let's go ahead and add our square to here. Because when we're doing today's assignment, we can put all of our notes up and just look at this one paper. So draw a square. All the sides are the same. All of the big angles are 90. But when you draw your diagonals, the baby ones become 45. And then you have this right here, which is 90. And then all of your diagonals are the same. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put a red dot wherever it's 45 degrees. 45. You can even write 45 if you want. Individually, all these are 45. But this big one right here is 90. This is 90, 90, 90. Okay, so now let's look at these three answer questions on your notes. If WT is 3, so that's all they're giving us is 3. Well, if this is 3, what are all of the diagonals?
3.
They're all 3. Okay, so it wants to know what is ZX. Well, here's ZX. Here to here, so 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, we have two angles. What are your choices?
45 or 90.
45 or 90. So we have WT Z. That's this angle right here. What is it?
90. And the next one's 45.
And then you have W, Y, X. So that's this right here, which is?
45.
Yes. Okay, now, I'm going to add a fourth question. Yes. Okay. What's wrong? Yes. Okay. Speak. Okay.
Wait. Is it because the two top view?
It's because individually, when you cut this 90 degrees in half, this is 45 and this is 45. So number 3 was just asking for WYX, which is just half of that 90.
So that's what it is.
They're all 45 too. This is 45, but that's the only one it asked for. So if it would have asked for X, Y, Z, then it would have been what?
45.
X, Y, Z.
90.
That whole thing together is 90. But when it asks for just half of it, it's 45.
So is that for the middle one?
It was just asking for WYX, which is just this one right here, which was half. Okay, Robin, do you have a question? WTZ. I was just wanting to know this middle one. Okay, question number 4 that I'm adding. What is XW? Well, what do we know about this angle right here in the middle? So I have 90 and I have 2 sides. Can I find the third? Using what? Pythagorean theorem. So wouldn't this side that we're missing be our C? So we'd have 3 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. What's 3 squared?
9.
So you'd have 9 plus 9. And then you'd have 18 C squared. Do you remember how to cancel out the 2 in the index? How do we cancel out the power? By taking what?
Divided by 2.
Nope.
Divided by itself.
Nope.
Square.
Square root. Yep. Take the square root of both sides, and that cancels out your squared. So you get C is equal. So, no, take the square root of 18 in your calculator and round it to a tenth. So what would it be? 4.2. So XY right here is approximately 4.2. Sorry, XW. Okay, we're not going to do 4 and 5. We're not putting any of those on your test. Yes. Okay. Yes, I like squares the best.
Squares